Well, if you see, the world today doesn't have a choice. India is the place to be and will be for time to come. If you start looking at the Indian population, the growth, and the consumer, which is there, which is constantly young and demanding, and sustainability is going to play a very important role. Even if I take the chemical sector today, India's, if you look in the last 3 years, has created more than a $30 billion market value. And just as a beginning, there's a huge amount of investments, more than few $100 million going into that sector. Chemicals are core to many things. Even water, chlorine is required to purify. So chemistry is going to play an important role, and that shows where the world is going. But what is going to be more interesting from a sustainable point of view? The technologies of the West are old. China has probably not been on the edge of technology here. India has the best of brains, the best of scientists, the best of technology capabilities. And when it's investing in India's governance, when it comes to our political system and governance, is very strong to look at the environment as a core drive. Integrating all those three, the investments are going to be producing a lot more at a more sustainable basis. I think that's the way we should look at it. And we should not look at India as a sustainable producer and India's carbon index, but as a total world, what is going to go down here and what's going to come back here is going to be possibly a positive impact to be looked at. So that's the way I see India. So when I look at India and when I look at PI, I think PI is again a 75-year-old company. So it has done something right to be here for multiple generations. I think it becomes important, and if each one of us take up that mantle to say, okay, fine, we want to do something for the next generations to come, sustainability is going to be core to your heart. And if that becomes a part of your DNA, actually you're thinking about building an organization which is called an institution, which survives beyond individuals, beyond businesses, and beyond ideas. And that's really where we put it in the core of our purpose, and that's where we put our purpose out there to be reimagining a healthier planet. And I always say, even the smallest, the biggest thing that we do, we must think about how we are reimagining a healthier planet. Every act has an impact, and every act can have both negative and positive impacts, but we need to constantly find the right balance to create what we call the shunya, the right zero to the impact of the environment. And that's really the objective that we are driving ourselves with. I think if you look at Sweden, has been at the core of research, design, idea, creativity. India is a country which is innovating at a much faster pace than anybody in the world today. Let's talk about the startup ecosystem. It's probably one of the largest, as I mentioned, 75,000 plus startups. Sustainable startups are more than 100 plus, which are looking at a very different way. Sweden, with its balance of looking between environment, industry, innovation, with India's young fueling population, with the creative minds and a pool of scientific knowledge. This could be the right partnership platforms to do things where creative elements which are looking at a balanced life to a scale of India and sustainability, if I was to put it together, which is the way the next generation would be thinking, because I would say the next generation is a very different mindset. And I think we need to adapt to understanding what they're looking for, because we would be passé by the time they get into the act. So that's the way I look at it. So, let me put it, the green economy, I think today, if you look at right from the top to the bottom, and thanks to the Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, he's been driving this agenda. And I think most important part is leaders start thinking and start impacting the thoughts into others, then certain creativities come around. So I always say there are four elements which are also core to our company, is the idea of curiosity, creativity, and then having the courage to make that impact. And most importantly, this has to be done by caring for the planet and caring for the people. And if we can do something on that front, I'm sure we can influence the way the world will look differently in times to come. I think it's a very great initiative. It's been, as I mentioned, as I heard, that has been the 5th year in play, and I'm sure the world cannot go away from India. India is being watched, will be watched, and will be the way the world will drive its future. And clearly, Almedalen is going to be an important platform where we can really create the right platforms for creating the impact of people understanding the opportunity, scale and size of India, and how India is going to play a pivotal role in the green economy.